Shalom. First off, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the Rugal, and Teach Well. And salutations to all the Akim is preaching the truth. In all honesty and sincerity, across the four corners of the earth, Shalom. This is the brother Uramla, and I'm coming at you with a quick video. And I'm just going to be breaking down this video a little bit, that I came across. All right, I find it very spiritual, so I want to just break down and give spiritual insight on it. All right. And I'm also using this video for fair use for entertainment purposes. So I'll be pausing it and speaking through it. All right. So let's go ahead. So the first clip of the video is Paul Harvey. In his broadcast, he was speaking about if he was the devil. So we come to a time where this devil is about to be revealed, and we all know who that man is.
Old footage from a 1965 Paul Harvey prophecy has just resurfaced, and Joe Rogan cannot believe the predictions.
Paul Harvey.
If I were the Prince of Darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree.
So he said if he was a prince of darkness, that's the thing. The world equate the devil to be Satan himself, but there's a physical counterpart of Satan. There's a physical devil, and all devil mean is deceiver. So let's run that back.
Has just resurfaced, and Joe Rogan cannot believe the predictions.
Paul Harvey.
If I were the Prince of Darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness.
See, he said if he was the Prince of Darkness, all right, he'll want to engulf the world in darkness. All right, ultimately that is, Satan's goal, but there's a man that he's using on this earth, the devil, the deceiver, all right, on this earth is who doing it, all right? And it all makes sense if you really knew the inner workings of that. All right, so that's how the earth is getting engulfed in darkness by the way of the elites. And we already know what people those are.
And I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population. But
see, who got a third?
If I were the Prince of Darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness. And I'd have a third of its real estate.
See, who got the third of the real estate of earth? All right, we already know the elites, man. Probably, if not more than that. He said in 4/5 of his population, basically got a good portion of the population of earth, blinded. All right, that's why they call them goyim, which means cattle. All right, and you also call them sheeple. All right, that's how they controlling the world, by the way of the media and all these other things. All right.
State and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree.
See, and said, and they wouldn't be happy until they seized the ripest apple on the tree. Said, but I wouldn't be happy until I seized the ripest apple on the tree. All right, this basically the spirit of these elites. All right, but Satan, all right, the spiritual counterpart, there's a spiritual and a physical counterpart. All right, Satan is working, all right, and by the way, through the spirit, or on the left-hand side, and using these devils, all right, to accomplish these things on the earth, all right, which the Lord is allowing it to happen because it's according to prophecy, to allow prophecy to play out. But these elites not happy until they seize everything. That's why the scripts say, will they leave any great, all right, roughly paraphrasing, I know it speak of it in the book of Obadiah, and another part was in Isaiah. It's somewhere. All right, it speaks about it. I remember it speaks about it twice. All right. But, they won't leave nothing because they want to own everything. All right.
thee. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve.
See? And who did that? People would say that was Satan. No, man, that was the devil, man. It was a man that did that. All right? It wasn't Satan that did that. It was this devil that this, which this modern day devil, could come in that same spirit. If not, they go back to that seed of the serpent, basically, which I believe so. All right. But just like they did to Eve. All right. All right. And who all in the churches said, how it would subvert, take over the churches, to take over America. All right. By the way, then whitewashing the image of the Lord. That's how they took over. All right. Predominantly. All right. Because if they didn't come with that whitewashed image, really, Babylon, man, America wouldn't have been established, if you think about it. All right? But just like how they beguiled and deceived Eve, that's the same tactic they're using to deceive the nation. All right?
As you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince...
They say that the Bible is a myth, so to keep the youth from believing in it. That's why they don't teach the truth. All right, they don't wake our people up. All right, and it's a saying in the world, in order for you to control the future, you got to control the minds of the youth. All right. And right here it says, I would convince them that man created the Most High instead of the other way around. So, all right, to make the people not to believe in a creator, man. All right, that's how they control the people. Keep the people destroyed and promote and push wickedness.
That man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is...
What say in Isaiah, put evil for good. All right? They put bad as good, man. All right? They pushing this wickedness. He breaking down how this devil operate. All right, but his man about to be revealed real soon. And this was back in, the 60s? Or this was a while ago. It was somewhere around there in the 1960s, 70s, whatever. All right.
Square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Wow. Until within a decade.
See, then, the youth with these emotions, they say they don't correct. Say if I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. See, that's why you got crime rate so high. The youth is overly emotional, so they don't discipline emotions, mainly in young men. All right, these young men don't know how to control their emotions. Why the prison houses is full. So basically, man, this devil did a number. All right, on the people, but mainly they did a number on the Israelites, the Jakes, all right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Wow. Until within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. If I were the devil...
See? All right, they denounce, the Most High. Even in the courtrooms, that's happening as we speak. They've been doing it for a while. All right, prisons full. All right. Said evict the Most High from the courthouses. Then the schoolhouses, it was before my time, but they say, prayer used to be in school and all these things. But, hey, man, because this place used to pride itself on being a God-fearing country, but now look at it. All right.
House, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion.
Let's substitute psychology for religion, which a lot of these people, which these so-called Christians, they're a bunch of nutcases anyway. So it says substitute psychology for religion and defy science.
And deify science. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned.
Well, that's how the dating world, the concept of dating is wicked as hell anyway. But that's why the marriage rate dropped, because the youth don't believe in marriage like how can I say it? Basically the confines of the old ways. Well, the context between a man and a woman, the lines have been blurred so much that nobody know what a real relationship is, don't know what marriage is, what it entails. And that's how they destroyed the nuclear family, all right, by distorting the minds of the people, by making them independent. Oh, I don't need a man, or I don't need a woman. That's what people say now. Oh, and the ways they did that, they made it where people, all right, can have other things to replace that with DoorDash, all these different things. Or you can hire a maid, a cleaning service. All right, you'll see why a man wouldn't need a woman. All right, because, it's things that can replace that. All right, you got harlots out here. All right, the woman, well, she can have all these simps on their line, to pay their bills and all these things. They can go out and work and take care of themselves. They can get governmental assistance. So they've done away with the need of having a marriage, all right, or a support system, a loyal support system.
In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.
What year was that?
Again, this is fair use. All right, so hopefully this video don't get flagged and taken down. All right, at most I can see it getting copywritten for some reason, but they mostly copyright like music and movie trailers and stuff like that. But we'll see.
1965.
That's amazing. 65. April 3rd, 1965. Paul Harvey nailed it.
However, that's not the only time Joe Rogan was speechless after a spiritual conversation. This one with Cat Williams went viral, and you're about to see why.
Here's the thing. The fact that there is a God is the biggest conversation worldwide, but the truth of the matter is there is more reason for you to believe there is a God than there is for you to not. The fact that it was already set up on this planet for there to be medicines for us to find and to utilize. And you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's not like, oh, yeah, so he made a cow. No, to make a cow, it means you had to also have made grass. And it means you would have had to have invented a whole new eating system for this animal, which was cud. And that means you would then have to have given him 3 stomachs to be able to, and you would have to have known that he was going to then emit a gas that was going to be necessary on the planet. Like, like none of these things.
Fertilizer,
are,
all of it.
Right. The fact that everything goes together.
And then there's the concept of actual entities.
Yes. Well, I'm saying your DNA is either fused or it's not.
But I want to speak on the first part. All right, and Cat Williams is right, man. That's how you know that there's a Most High, because it's order established throughout the whole universe. Basically, it will eventually be established throughout the whole universe, but right now, It's order established on the earth. Where the Lord have it, where, the animals, specifically the cow, go through a cycle of eating grass, being a herbivore, or eating grass, which benefits the earth. Not only benefits the earth, but it gives us something clean to eat. All right, since the cows eat clean, then when we eat them, it will be clean unto us. All right, as he quoted, on the dietary laws, Leviticus, where it says about, it speaks of animals that chew the cud, grass. All right, they are clean to eat. All right, because even when they defecate, all right, that helps, the earth as well. All right, their waste even, as it said, fertilize the earth. Is like a continuous cycle. So as they poop, fertilize the earth, then they continues getting them food. It's like a cycle. So, the scriptures, the Lord deal with cycles. Even there's a life cycle. All right, there's a cycle for when it rain or the precipitation, the dew rise up, precipitate into the clouds, and that's how, rain can form. All right, so, it makes sense. And now they're about to talk about DNA. All right.
If it is, it requires a fuser. That's all.
A fuser.
Right.
What do you mean by?
If it is, it requires.
And then there's the concept of actual entities.
Yes. Well, I'm saying your DNA is either fused or it's not. If it is, it requires a fuser. That's all.
A fuser.
Right.
Basically, what I get from that, about our DNA require a fuser, basically for it to be activated, what I believe, our spirit, all right, the Lord put our spirit in these bodies to activate, because basically DNA is nothing without a spirit, to get the ball rolling, so to speak. That's what Cat Williams mean by a fuser. A lot of times, they be saying bugged out things, but, if you know a little something or know the scriptures, you can decipher what people say, all right? So that's how, well, from my understanding, I'm not no professor, no scholar or nothing, but I do know without our spirit in our body, DNA is rendered useless. And all it is just genetic codes and all these different things. All right. But, the spirit plays a big part of that process.
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying, if they tell you that certain parts of your DNA are fused, that requires a fuser. Did I say that right?
I'm not sure. I see what you're saying. The structure to us in everything, all of it, does seem remarkable.
In a no mistakes type of way.
Yeah, in a synchronistic sort of a way.
Which flies in the face of the accidental Big Bang, nothing from nothing way of thinking. And it always has been.
As he's saying, we came from somewhere, all this life didn't just spawn out of nowhere, man. It was created, and the intricacies it's easy to understand, man. We was created. The Heavenly Father created, authorized everything to be in creation, man.
Do you see a pattern now? Joe Rogan seems to be softening to the Christian message.
Why do you think it is that it seems like more bigger name folks are becoming Christian?
But now they're talking about Joe Rogan open up to the mindset of believing the scriptures, because he did come across the Hebrew Israelites. So, and they told him that he may be a Jake, and he might ultimately be, You know, it'll be yet to be seen. You know, even though he carry himself like an E, you know, because he rare steak and all that. But, you know, even a lot of these devils is opening up to the fact that, you know, that the Most High is real. You know, you got a lot of atheists coming to the realization of it. Because I believe Joe Rogan was an atheist. But now he believing in the scripts. He making a connection. All right. You know, that hamster turning in his head, man. All right, making a connection that, you know, there is a God, there is a power. And you're going to see more of that in these last days. That's why the Lord's pouring his spirit upon all flesh. All right, so whether, you know, Joe Rogan is an E or not, you know, he's coming to a level of understanding that there is a higher power. All right. It's just yet to be known what side of the battle he on. Whether if he's an Israelite, that means, you know, he gonna be good in the kingdom. But if he's an E, man, he gonna be in captivity.
Some great like Candace Owens and
Ian Hersey,
Yeah.
Neil Ferguson, Russell Brand. Absolutely.
which we all
Age of the Bible.
How old is the Dead Sea Scrolls? Like 4,000 years old or something?
Dude, I don't know. I have no idea.
See how old the Dead Sea Scrolls are. I know they found them in.
He interested in finding out about the Dead Sea Scrolls and all these things. So, because before, man, you know, Joe Rogan, man, he wasn't inquiring, man, you know. But that's how you know we in these last days. You know, he even believing in, you know, the book of Revelations where it speaks about what's going to happen in these end times. All right, so, hey, man, everybody waking up to what's going on. All right. Some, you know, very few fully waking up to the truth, which is the elect. All right. Understanding of the 100% truth. All right. And, you know, just some people just going to get little bits and pieces of it. All right. But we're in those days, man. This devil is being revealed. All right. And, you know, it's a lot of knowledge coming out. All right. We at the end of the end. All right. So, Lord willing is edifying. With that being said, Shalom.